Good morning, amazings. I am going to read you something that I read and shared yesterday, and then we'll discuss it. The Samurai and the Monk. A famous warrior came to a wise monk and asked, "Is there really a heaven and hell?" "Who are you?" inquired the monk. "I'm the most feared samurai in all the land," the warrior exclaimed. "You, a samurai?" laughed the monk. "What kind of ruler would have you as his bodyguard?" "Your face looks funny, like that of a lower beggar." The samurai became so angry that he began to draw his sword. But the monk continued, "So you have a sword? Your weapon is probably lousy and much too dull to cut off my head." At that remark, the samurai drew his sword to strike in anger. The monk quickly said, "Here are the gates to hell, the gates of hell." At those words, the samurai, perceiving the monk's wisdom, sheathed his sword and bowed. "Here are the gates of heaven," peacefully said the monk. It's an ancient proverb. I've always thought about that when people talk about heaven and hell. I don't know if there's a heaven or a hell, but I do believe, like when growing up, I was taught that. But I do believe that we also do it here on earth, right? Like while we're here in our bodies, that's what we live. When we focus on anger, when we focus on what people are saying to us or how people think about us, or what they're doing that creates that discomfort inside ourselves, that's the gate to hell, right? Sometimes you take action and you become somebody you never even expected yourself to be. I know, I've been there myself. I've gone through that road. I've gone through those gates, right? Where you totally turn into somebody who, and then you look at yourself and you go, "Who is that?" Right? We get so caught up on the little things. We lose who we want to be. Right? There's so many times I know that, even like writing this book called, I don't know if it's going to stay the title, but right now it's Back Up the Rabbit Hole. It's about my journey back to me, or continuing my journey on to who I really want to be. But I got stuck, or I don't even know, I wasn't stuck. I had chosen a different path. Chosen a path that I really didn't. I opened the gates of hell and I walked through them, and I take full responsibility. I'm accountable for myself. Nobody created that for me. It was all me. But I created a whole dramatic story for myself that I walked down, and I started feeling sorry for myself, and I started being the victim, and I started doing all that. And this is a good example. Like, we can choose at any moment to go down that path, or we can choose to walk in heaven, right? It's all a matter of how we see it. Peaceful, calm. Do you really need to take on that? Do you really need to be that angry? Do you really need to become that person? Can you do it peacefully? Can you can you show people? Can you explain to people how you feel without all the anger and the frustration and the victim role? We have been taught so long to be in the victim role. Here, I want to show you this. Oh, he ran away. I don't know if he's going to peek over again. There, you can just barely see him. There he is. Woo! I don't know if you got that, but those are cool moments, right? But when we stay focused on the pity party, when we stay focused on the poor me, when we stay focused on the anger, you know, we get so caught up in walking that road. And then we forget that we have a choice. We forget. We're so consumed every moment we wake up. We forget everything that we put in place. And that's what happened to me when I fell down the rabbit hole, is what I like to call it. It was just me taking a different path. It was me checking out the vibrations of if I still even liked that path, which I did not. I stayed there too long, but I think it really helped me realize that I don't want to, that's not who I want to be. I tried it out. I did what everybody kept telling me I was supposed to do. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Didn't like who I became. I didn't like who I was, right? Not that I didn't like who I was. I had to be that person to show me what I was capable of, because when you don't go that way, you don't realize how easy it is to fall into that. And it is. It's really easy. And it made me aware of so many things, right? So we get stuck, not stuck. We choose to go down a different path. We choose to go, like the monk said, we choose to open the doors of hell and walk through them without even realizing we're doing it. So if you're following your anger, if you're following and people are saying stuff about you and you're believing them, you're getting angry and angrier at them, you're becoming a victim and making it all their responsibility, you're walking through the doors of hell, because you're not being accountable for you. You're not being responsible for you. You're allowing all outside circumstances to dictate who you're going to be, when instead you could realize that that's the door to hell. I'm going to go the other door. And let it go. Just let it go. Their words do not need to mean anything to you. Their anger and frustration or laughing at you, even making fun of you, none of that needs to be part of you. None of it. That's their issue, not yours. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to worry about it. That's their issue. You do you. Be the best you. Find your happy spot. Not because of outside sources. It doesn't come from outside. It comes from inside, right? Find your loving source. Find who you really are and work on that. Go through those doors. Meditate. Take time for you. Focus on the person you want to be, because you are worth it. You're worth it. I thought it was a really cool saying. I don't know. A proverb. I don't know what you call it, but I really liked it. I liked the thought process of that, how easy it is that you can walk through, even here on earth, which one you want to be in. And it has nothing to do with my beliefs. It just is, like, I have believed that for a long time and tried to explain it to people, but this was the best way to do it. And sometimes, some anger is better than depression, obviously. So when you're angry, it's not a bad thing, because it's helping you at least feel something different. Whereas depression makes you feel, or create, when you're feeling depressed, then it creates a void, right? You're feeling not empowered. You're feeling not worthy. You're feeling not, and same thing with anxiety. Right? They're all thoughts that you're creating in your head. And I know people with anxiety aren't going to like that thought process. I hear you. I still catch myself I was diagnosed with anxiety. I was supposed to be on medication. I was diagnosed with manic depressant. I was supposed to be on medication for my whole life. I didn't want to take them. I had to figure it out myself. I am a very big believer in you can heal yourself, and that's what I'm working on. I am working on being the best me. So I believe in you. I know that you are amazing and you can create anything. Watch what you're thinking. Pay attention just for one day and ask yourself, how many negative thoughts are you having and how many positive thoughts are you having? Which doors are you going through on a daily basis all day long? You create you. You choose you. Believe in yourself as I believe in you. Make an amazing day, everybody. I love you.